Miss, make him stop.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Miss is a boy, too. She's a male blood elf.
Oh dear.
I'm not confused. I don't know what to think.
Hey, Am,
Yeah,
how long
Bobby,
does your
that would be
flash of light
confused.
take to cast?
Right now,
Mm-hmm.
1.3.
Good night.
1.3. That's the same as
Good
Nerd.
night.
How
Well,
much does
if
it heal you
I hit
for?
him with well, if I hit him with a holy shock, it's an instant. If I crit with holy shock, it'll be an instant cast.
I'm thinking about when you're standing in and you want to get the 7th tick.
Oh.
Now, do the big guys not respawn? You remember the
I'm
ones we used to
afraid
kill
to
in the
do
horde?
that
Brant,
front.
can you hear me? Hello?
Yep, can hear
Yeah?
you.
Yeah. You know that question or that moment you want to talk that you said I could? This is kind of it. Earlier this week, during our 10-mans, I noticed something odd between the flasks. I was withdrawing them for the 10-mans, and we were not alerted that we were allowed to do this. However, when I did ask, I got a long delay and 3 different answers. Between 1, they're not doing that, 2, they are, and 3, they're doing it at auction house prices. I saw nowhere in the rules that they were talking about this or anything of the sort. Are we being screwed, or is this an officer-only thing that's being done for Group 1?
We're talking about buying flasks.
Yeah, earlier this week.
Fla Flasks are always been sold at 1 for 25. We've been doing 2 for 25. It's not officer only. It's never been officer only. So I don't know who you were talking to or why there's any
From
confusion
what
on it
Al
because the
told
rules
me
have not
with his,
changed.
he was pulling them out and selling them in his 10-man run, which he claimed for auction house prices. Another officer said they weren't doing that for the 10-mans, yet bank logs say about 10 to 15 minutes before his run, he was pulling out a flask in a 10-man, and
If you are
always
so
put in less,
interested,
usually around tanking. No. It's a
you know
good
what?
point, because every time before
I
your
can.
10-mans, I've always seen about 40 flasks pulled out, and 2 to 3 are, when you put it in, it's missing 2 to 3 there.
Okay, and you know why it's not missing more? Because people know that the prices are the same as for the AH. Some don't even know, as you've noticed, that I am taking the flasks out for the 10 mans, and it is
But
only
the rules
because I
stated
take them.
that the rules stated that they're only sold during 25-mans. Therefore, you're pulling them out for your personal 10-man run and making use of them, without regards of other people's 10-man runs, which are no rules stating that we're even allowed to pull them out of the guild bank and make use of them in the 10-man.
I don't even understand how it affects any of the other 10-man groups. You can just
Well,
as easily go to the auction
records and
house
logs
and buy.
show that you've been pulling them out of there, mostly tanking flasks. Usually 10 to 3 are missing. I mean, not 10 to 3, 1 to 3 are missing when you put all those back. Occasionally you'll see an attack power one gone. And not to mention your alt pulled out 200 gold earlier this week with no other use for it. And when you usually pull them out, there's numbers that are missing when you do that. Something's not adding up. I've always been seeing awkward numbers between your flasks, the withdrawals, and what's going in.
I don't get it. Okay, let's first I don't understand why we've brought this up during raid. And second, what I don't understand is
Well, I
how
haven't
is
gotten a
that
straight answer for this. I mean, to be honest, 3 officers have given me different answers on what's going on for Group 1 on the 10-man.
the only officer who knows what's going on is me, because I'm the only one who's taking care of that. No other officer is going to
Well,
be able to answer
so
any
you're telling me you're not letting the officers know that you're doing this? That's a little screwy, dude.
It's actually not screwy. It's a sweet benefit for the guild, and it always has been. And there has been no restriction. If you needed them and you wanted to purchase them, all you had to do was talk to an officer. So why this has been
I
left to
was
the end
told
of
that
a
we had to
raid and
purchase them
after
during
people left.
25 mans. We were not allowed to. I was told we were only allowed to purchase them during 25 mans, and it would only be used for that.
Yes, and the only reason it has been said, and it is the case, is because they are in the guild bank and people are putting effort into providing those for the 25 mans for discount prices for the raiders. That is the only
All
reason
right.
that I am. Otherwise,
Final
I
question
can
for the
sell you.
flasks then.
You
Why
can,
is
if
after
you,
the raid we never see the gold that's purchased by people, which I normally see a ton of people buying them. Normally after raids you should be putting in maybe 450 to about 600 gold after that. But I never see that after raids. I just see nothing.
Okay, how about have you considered where the mats come from?
Well, it's simple. Someone has to make them, but generally there's a position where you would deposit the money back in the bank to account how much you're pulling out between your personal stash of
Well,
gold
the
that you
thing
have on
is,
your character to keep it from
well,
getting mixed up or laundering it somewhere.
So, just
laundering. Oh,
potentially,
Well, alright,
hypothetically, if
let me just
he
say
was
something.
gathering the
Real quick.
materials himself and then making the flasks and then selling them to you at a price that was slightly lower than the auction house price, and I guess ideally, or actually losing
Alright.
money because he could be selling them on the auction house for more.
Let me say something. Out
We're
of our
complaining
10
about this?
mans, we get a lot of shards and abyss crystals, and they go directly into the bank.
no, guys,
Out of the
hold
10
on.
mans
Okay,
we've been doing, everything
Okay,
that we
guys,
get goes into the guild bank.
I
From
don't
what
even want
the
to
other
bring
guilds been doing,
anything.
nothing's been going in there.
I don't even want to bring any of that up, guys. I don't. I have not. Nobody in this guild have put any herbs, including the officers and the guild leaders, for free. Everybody sold their herbs to the guild bank at the auction house prices. So if you are asking me where the money goes, well, that's the money I get from selling the flasks to you or any other is not even enough to cover that. So